that would mean this thing would be the best thing available on the market. Hey, what's up? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Welcome back to another video. If you're new around here, I'm Ben Roland, and this channel is all about live looping. I upload 3 videos just like this every single week. So if that's something you're interested in, consider subscribing. Now, in today's video, I want to give you my review of the Roland Go LIVECAST. This is a streaming studio for your mobile devices. So let's just jump straight into the video. So I've now owned the Roland Go LIVECAST for a few weeks at this point, and I'm going to say straight away, I've been really impressed with this live streaming device. I don't think Roland could have made it any simpler to get people up and running with a high quality professional live stream. Previously, if you wanted to do a multi-camera live stream, you'd maybe have to download an app like OBS onto your laptop, connect all your phones, your cameras, and then you have a dead convoluted and complicated live streaming setup. However, Roland totally simplified it. The user experience straight out the box with this device couldn't have been any easier. Provided with all of the cables you need in order to connect your smartphone to the Roland Go LIVECAST. You then download the free app off the App Store, and then finally you're presented with a preset provided by Roland that you can play around with and really understand how powerful and what you can do with this product. Now, one of the major selling points of the Roland Go LIVECAST is the fact we can do a multi-camera live stream with just our smartphone devices. Now, previously, if you wanted to do a multi-camera live stream, you'd have to download an app like OBS onto your laptop, and then you could connect your iPhone, for example, as a secondary device and switch between the 2 cameras and stream that to the internet. Now, the problem is doing a single camera live stream is already stressful enough, but to then add a laptop into the mix, have this big, complicated and convoluted setup, it adds even more stress and anxiety to the whole process. And this is where Roland has really simplified this, because you just plug your iPhone into the Roland Go LIVECAST, and then you just download the app on a secondary device, like my iPad, for example. I had it on, and then I just literally connect via Wi-Fi my iPad to the Roland Go LIVECAST, and in about 5 minutes, I have a multi-camera setup that I'm super happy with and got lots of confidence is gonna 100% work. Now, if you've seen my Out the Box episode with the Roland Go LIVECAST, the series where I unbox a product, give you my first impressions, and a little bit of an overview of what the product can do. If you haven't seen that episode, check it out over here, because I think you'll find that quite interesting. But in that video, I said you could do a 4-camera live stream, and that's because I'd seen a product demo from Roland at NAMM 2020 where they said you could do a 4-camera live stream. Now, this isn't 100% correct, because we're limited to only adding 2 devices to the Roland Go LIVECAST. So for example, I was running my iPhone and I was also running my iPad as the secondary device. So this was only allowing me to have 2-camera setup, because you can only switch between the iPad and the iPhone. But the way Roland were counting it as a 4-camera live stream is because every smartphone device has a forward-facing camera, a photography camera, and then a secondary selfie camera. So my iPad has a selfie camera and a photography camera, and my iPhone has a selfie camera and a photography camera. So theoretically, this totals to 4 cameras. But the truth is, the only usable cameras is 2, because you're gonna have to have a super specific scenario where the camera facing this way and the camera facing this way are actually usable, because 90% of the time, this one's probably gonna be facing a wall and this one's gonna be facing you. So for you to be able to switch between them both to have a 4-camera setup is probably never gonna happen. Also, in the Out the Box episode, we talked about the buttons and how I was a huge fan of them, and this still remains true today. I love the fact that they're silent, so you can't hear me pressing them, so it doesn't disturb the live stream. I also love the fact that they're super responsive, and also they illuminate white when you press them, so you know what you've activated and what you haven't deactivated. Now, one thing I wish they had done with the buttons was emboss them in some form of a way, because when you're talking to the camera, you like to look directly into the lens to form that connection with the audience on the other side of the screen. So if I'm talking to the camera but want to trigger something on my Roland Go LIVECAST, I often found myself having to, hi, welcome back to the live stream. It just sort of disturbed the sort of flow of the entire show, because I found if I didn't do this and I tried to talk and actually trigger like something really cool, like a text pop-up, try and act like I wasn't triggering stuff, I would always accidentally click the photo button instead of the text button. Now, the way they could have sort of solved this would have been by doing something dead simple, like putting 2 little dots on button number 2, so you could feel and go, all right, I'm on button number 2 right now. If I slide down, that's button 5, slide 1 to the right, that is button 6, boom, my text is gonna pop up. Just something dead simple like that to make the workflow a little bit easier during the actual live stream. So here are the types of results you could come to expect from doing a live stream with the Roland Go LiveCast. Right now, I'm running a Sennheiser dynamic microphone into the Roland Go LiveCast because remember, not only is the Roland Go LiveCast designed to control our audio interface, it's also designed to input all the audio through it. So it's also an audio interface. Now, I think for a mobile phone audio interface, this thing sounds absolutely brilliant. I've applied no post-production effects to this. This is the raw sound from the preamp, and I think it sounds very broadcast-esque. It's got quite a lot of radio tone to my voice going through this preamp. Now, on the subject of effects, there is a built-in reverb on the Roland Go LiveCast. I've turned that on now using the little button, and this is on 100%. Now, to be fair, I don't think it sounds that bad for a mobile phone free reverb in the plugin on the app, but if you were going to use it for singing, I would probably recommend you maybe actually use a proper mixing desk and you submix it into the Roland Go LiveCast. If you want to learn how to do that, be sure to like and subscribe because I have a full tutorial coming on how you do that in the future on the channel. But overall, I think it's a great sounding preamp on the phone. Let me know in the comment section down below if you agree. So as I said at the start of the video, I've been really impressed with the overall user experience with the Roland Go LiveCast. I think they couldn't have made it any simpler. Literally in about 5 minutes of taking it out the box, plugging it in and downloading the app, you could start live streaming straight away. Now, on the subject of the app, we can actually customize the layout of the Roland Go LiveCast inside of the application. So for example, although it says background music over here, we are not strictly limited to only playing background music when we press this button. We can actually switch it out to launch a picture, launch a video, or even launch some text pop-up like and subscribe, for example, which I think is pretty cool. Inside of the app as well, we can also do a scene setup. So these scenes allow us to determine and preset up some presets. And then during the live stream, we can switch between the presets. So these buttons trigger different videos, different text pop-ups, different pictures, different music to keep the live stream not becoming dead boring, because after about 5 minutes of using the same 6 pop-ups, it's going to sort of stagnate the overall live stream. And the great thing is we can switch between the presets and the scenes without actually disturbing the live stream being on the internet and the recording process. In the app, it doesn't switch it off, which I think is a definite pro there. Now, if you want to learn how to set up the scenes, check out this tutorial over here, because although it's simple, it's not as user intuitive as I first thought. There's this weird sort of autosave feature that you have to kind of get your head around, and then it's kind of simple from that point. So be sure to check out that video if you want to learn how to set that up. Now, before we conclude, I want to talk about a couple of cons with the Roland Go LiveCast. One of them is the compression that I've noticed on the secondary camera. So that's the camera that's connected to the Roland Go LiveCast via Wi-Fi. Now, this causes a little bit of quality loss and compression on that secondary camera being streamed to the main camera. And then once again, it gets sort of compressed when the whole live stream gets sent out on the internet. So that's a little bit of a shame. It's not too noticeable, but it is there. There's a little bit of compression on that secondary camera. And the second con that I have with the device is in the Roland Go LiveCast app, when you're setting up the satellite cameras, which is the multi-cameras, you have to make sure you set up the satellite camera, which is the secondary camera, the correct way up. So let's say I want to live stream in landscape, but I actually set it up in the app this way because it's easier for me to type and set it all up. It then means it's going to lock it in portrait mode. So then when it's live streaming, if I turn the camera this way, it's not going to respond to the direction I'm turning the camera. I would have had to have set it up in landscape mode, and then it would display how I want it to. It's something that can definitely work out in an update on the app. It's probably nothing too major, but you just have to bear in mind that when you're setting up the app, you can't reorientate it inside of the app once it is connected. Now, one final con with the Roland Go LiveCast is the fact it doesn't come with a power plug. So this means you have to use your power plug adapter, maybe off your iPhone charger, in order to plug this into the wall and power it up. But then the problem is the Roland Go LiveCast, even though it's plugged into a wall socket, it still doesn't charge your iPhone when it's all plugged in. So then that means you have to get an adapter in order to sort of split the input on your phone so you can charge your phone as well as use it with the Roland Go LiveCast. But then that also means you need to get another power plug for your phone because the power plug is preoccupied powering the Roland Go LiveCast. So that's just a little bit of a real shame that they have not provided you with the correct power plug that they want you to specifically use, and the fact you have to buy it on as an add-on is a little bit of a shame. So with the Roland Go Live Cast, what we're paying for is the convenience. We are paying for the plug and play capability, just literally getting it up and running in 5 minutes, dragging and dropping all the presets in, creating new scenes for this week's live stream just in seconds, and off we go. And I'm all for that. I love things being nice and simple. That's how we get stuff done in the world. But the problem is for me, and the huge drawback that's just inevitably going to stop me from using this, is the fact it uses the phone. It's bottlenecked by the mobile phone, because no matter what you do, whether you have all these flashy assets popping up in your live stream, people are still just going to be like, oh, Ben's just live streaming on his phone. Whether you have these things flashing up or not, you're still just going to have that mobile phone quality in your live stream. And what I really wished Roland allowed me to do is download their app on a Windows PC, download it on Windows desktop, on my Mac laptop, so then I can select proper cameras, high quality web cameras, or my Canon cameras that I film all my tutorials on in that software, and then boom, suddenly I have like real 4K live streams. I've got super high quality cameras in a super intuitive and awesome app on the desktop, just like they have on the iPhone. That would mean this thing would be the best thing available on the market. Now, to conclude, do I think the Roland Go Live Cast is worth it? And I think it's worth it if you want a portable live streaming solution. Let's say you go to a lot of events. The awesome thing about the Roland Go Live Cast is it can be charged off a battery power bank. So you can plug it into one of those battery power banks and it can be powered off of that power source. And then you could do some interviews with the manufacturers at the event live on your Facebook page. You could do some tours of all of the different exhibits and the stalls at the event live on your YouTube page, all with this little compact and super lightweight solution that you probably won't even realize is in your backpack, because it absolutely weighs hardly anything. And you're going to definitely have your phone with you. So you just pair the two together and it's a super portable, super easy and fast setup live streaming studio. Now, if you're wanting to do a live stream from your home, is the Roland Go Live Cast the correct type of solution for you? Like, let's say you're a musician and you want to do a couple of songs on a Friday night, keep everyone entertained doing a Facebook Live. Is the Roland Go Live Cast going to elevate your live stream that much that it's worth getting? Now, personally, for £220, I think you'll be better putting that money into a better quality webcam, for example, and using software like OBS, which is actually free, on your laptop to do more advanced live streams. Because the beautiful thing about OBS is you can continuously continue to build your live stream setup. You can add more cameras, more than 2 cameras. You can add 3, 4, you can 5. You can add text animations like this. Now, yes, the Roland Go Live Cast does come with some awesome presets to just make it plug and play basically for you, and you do have to set those up on the laptop with OBS, but OBS does give you that advanced functionality like adding a color grade to make the live stream more cinematic. Yes, you do have filters on the Roland Go Live Cast. It's called beauty mode, but it didn't really make me look that beautiful. It was super contrasted, super saturated. It made me look really ugly, really, to be honest. I'm going to show you a clip so you can see, but don't judge me. So if you decide to purchase the Roland Go Live Cast, let me know in the comment section down below. And also consider leaving this video a like and also subscribe, because I have an entire playlist over here if you want to learn more about how to use the Roland Go Live Cast. And also I'm sure we're going to be adding some more tutorials to that in the future on the channel. But as always, I've been Ben Roland. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.